In Los Angeles, 1969, the air of Hollywood still lingered with the fragrance of love and peace, along with an almost eternal optimism. Yet no one could have foreseen that a sudden nightmare would descend quietly within the city's most secluded and luxurious manor. In a bedroom once filled with baby clothes and hopeful expectations, 26-year-old Sharon Tate spent the last quiet night of her life. Tonight, let us follow the softly flickering fireplace flames, walk through this story that needs no forced remembrance, and step into the true life she lived. This is not merely the tale of a victim, but an elegy for how innocence was destroyed by paranoia, and how a golden age came to an abrupt end. She was once the gentlest hue beneath these starry skies, yet on that moonlit, bleak early morning, she became an irreparable wound of an era. Let us set aside the harsh clamor of the outside world, and touch the truest tenderness deep within this girl's soul. To tell this story fully, we must first go back to the abnormally sweltering August of 1969. By then, Sharon Tate was 8 months pregnant, her eyes always shining with the radiance of motherhood, more captivating than any spotlight glow. She resided at 10050 Cielo Drive, a white villa perched atop a mountain, embraced by rolling hills. The media of the time dubbed it the House of Love, for everyone who stepped through its doors could feel the tranquility Sharon embodied. She loved trimming the garden roses at dawn, walking barefoot across thick Persian carpets, imagining the cry of her baby in months to come. Down in the city of Los Angeles, however, a fanatical, gloomy sentiment was spreading. A twisted malice known as the Manson family bared its fangs in the shadows. Sharon knew nothing of it. She was writing a letter to her husband Roman Polanski, who was filming in Europe, asking if he could return home before the delivery. The beautiful vision of her future stood in suffocating contrast to the closing shadows. She never realized that this hilltop manor, built to shut out the noise of the world, was slowly turning into an isolated island with no one to turn to. The first crack always emerges in the calmest moments, in those gentle summer days we thought would never end. Throughout Sharon Tate's life, she was forever misunderstood by the gift of her beauty. The world only saw her perfect, Venus-like face, yet few ever explored the loneliness and resilience behind those bright eyes. Born into a military family, she grew accustomed to constant moves and farewells from an early age. This sense of drift left her with an almost desperate longing for a home. After entering the entertainment industry, she was quickly labeled a pin-up beauty. Yet her professionalism and humility on set surprised every director. She once confessed to friends that she had no desire to become another Marilyn Monroe. All she wanted was to be an ordinary woman who could read scripts in peace and sip a warm cup of tea in the afternoon. Her union with Polanski was hailed as a perfect match of talent and beauty, yet beneath it lay two broken souls comforting each other. Polanski had endured the ravages of war, haunted by inner unrest, and Sharon was the only ray of light in his life. With immense tolerance, she mended the cracks in her husband's character, striving to build him a paradise far from Hollywood's intrigues and rivalries. In an era chasing indulgence and self-expression, Sharon retained an old-world elegance, an utmost reverence for life's little details. She decorated every gathering like a flowing feast, yet in the quiet of night, she preferred sitting alone in a rocking chair, feeling the heartbeat of her unborn child. Her devotion to real life was incredibly precious in this age of nihilism, and yet unbearably fragile. Now let us return to the night of August 8, 1969. It was an eerily silent night, cicada echoes rippling through the valleys, moonlight gilding the white villa like a carved ivory artifact. Sharon dined with close friends at a restaurant down the hill, then returned to the manor to savor a rare moment of leisure. To her friends, Sharon was the calm center, never quick to anger, always mindful of everyone's feelings. In the wee hours, 4 uninvited strangers climbed over the manor's walls. Acting on the orders of their deranged leader Charles Manson, they set out to destroy what they saw as a symbol of the privileged class. In truth, Sharon belonged to no elite circle at all. She was just an ordinary girl striving to live her life to the fullest. When the intruders broke in with knives, Sharon displayed heart-wrenching bravery. Her only plea was not to spare herself, but to take her life and spare her unborn child. The most primal, sacred maternal love was cruelly mocked in the face of ultimate evil. The nightmare lasted only a short while, yet it rewrote the course of Hollywood, even the entire history of Los Angeles. Neighborhoods that once left doors unlocked began installing barbed wire. Parties once filled with laughter turned into occasions of mutual suspicion. In that moment, Sharon lost not only her life, but became the first casualty of the death of an innocent era. When police pushed open the door marked with the word "pig" at dawn, what they witnessed was not just a massacre, but the shattering of a dream. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Hollywood fell into unprecedented panic and collective anxiety. People rushed to buy weapons. Once transparent windows were shrouded behind heavy curtains, as if demons might leap out of the darkness at any moment. Polanski returned to this place of sorrow, locking himself away in his room, trying to trace the lingering warmth in Sharon's old clothes. The media descended in a frenzy, dissecting every detail of Sharon's life, seeking excuses within her social circle to blame for the disaster. It was second-hand harm, the cruel exploitation of a soul who could no longer speak for herself. As time passed, people came to realize that Sharon Tate's death meant far more. It marked the end of the 1960s hippie dream. The blind optimism that love could conquer all vanished beneath the blades of the Manson family. Sharon became an icon, a tragic symbol frozen at the peak of her beauty. Decades later, countless films and literary works have tried to reconstruct that fateful night, hoping to grant Sharon a different ending. Yet, in the cold logic of reality, she rests quietly in the cemetery, alongside her unborn child forever. Her mother Doris dedicated the rest of her life to advocating for victims' rights legislation, turning her grief for her daughter into the power to change the world. Beyond her timeless beauty, this is perhaps Sharon's most profound legacy to the world. The story may seem to end here. The white villa on Cielo Drive was long ago demolished, replaced by new buildings. Yet if you pass through these valleys late at night, you may still sense a faint, lingering sorrow in the air. The name Sharon Tate remains the last poignant afterglow of Hollywood's golden age. She once hoped to explore life through film, yet left an irreparable scar in reality. Tonight, as we speak of this young woman, let us set aside the bloody headlines and the tales of deranged cultists. Remember only this: there once was a girl named Sharon. She loved roses, loved her unborn child, and cherished every morning beneath these starry skies. Her gentle kindness may well be her final, most precious gift to this noisy world. The fireplace flames fade low. The world outside remains busy, but in this moment, let yourself drift into quiet slumber to the rhythm of bygone days. Good night, Sharon. Good night, every soul who guards innocence amid prosperity.